a beautiful, I know I say that a lot, but I'm being serious this time, a beautiful new small town called the town of Revelstoke. An upgraded natural reserve with just really cool lookout points that I would absolutely love to visit as a tourist. Like, look at that. Without the blur, obviously, if you put your glasses on, you'll be able to see it quite nicely, but that would just be beautiful. But the main event is really this hustling and bustling little city. Look at that, just awesome. The small town away from the large city. Guys, let's get into the meat and the potatoes. We are back in the Rockies, and I'm really excited. We're sitting at 144,000 population. Our traffic flow is sitting at 85%. If we come back over to downtown, no problems as of yet. I'm gonna be keeping a very close eye on this down here, but it seems like everything is running relatively smooth, well, pretty smoothly, but we know what happens. We know what happens when it's running too smoothly. The traffic gods come in and mess everything up, but that's okay for now. That is okay for now. In the last episode, we were working on the Rockies National Park, which is literally moments away from leveling up to level 3. So when this levels up to level 3, I'm just gonna honestly speed this through. When this does level up to level 3, we're gonna add a few things in here, and then we're going to build this little town that will be by the national park, right over here, right by this ginormous Pooh Lake over here. Very excited about that. I've wanted to build this town for quite a while now, to be honest with you. Haven't gotten around to it, just because honestly I get distracted by other things, but I'm really excited for this. This is just going to be like a very rural kind of town, and then we are actually going to do some farms over here as well. We have some areas that are very fertile for farming, which I'm honestly pretty excited about. This, for whatever reason, is fertile for trees, and I guess that actually kind of makes sense. I guess like these lines are supposed to be like where trees grow, interestingly enough, and then we have some oil and then ore, obviously, but we already have Death's ore mine somewhere over here, so we don't really need to worry about that. We may do oil over here at some point in the future, and there we are, level 3. Cool. Yeah, we may do oil sometime in the future. I would love to do it off of this island, and then we do like offshore oil drilling. Maybe we'll do it like over here. We'll see. For now, we made it to level 3, and that is awesome. We already have enough entertainment for level 4, so we're just gonna let this chug along. I'm gonna go down to 1. Needs 5,000 people, so I don't know if we're gonna hit that in this episode or not, but we'll kind of leave it as it is. I am going to be constantly looking at traffic flow around here, just because I want to keep an eye on it. I'm not seeing anything yet, but it is something that we're going to be watching consistent and always. Okay, so over in the national park. So let's come into this build. Let's see what we unlock, okay? This was level 2. This tent camping site, that comes at level 3. The lean-to shelter number 2. And then we have these lookout towers up here. Perfect. And then we have this camping site over here as well. So we have a tent camping, and then we have, these look like little cabins. Cool. So let's look around and see where we can put some of this stuff. I think what we might end up doing, I don't know if we're going to do like a tower up here, because you don't really need a tower up here, if I'm being honest with you. You definitely don't need one up here either, where these other lookout areas are. No people up here, which is kind of funny. Is that a person? No, it's not. But what we might do, we might put a tower here, because I feel like that could be kind of nice. We do have these walkways, these paths that are already kind of towery, but I think that could be really nice. We could like kind of have a path kind of snake up here and put a tower right up there. Let's look at our contours in these areas and see if there's any natural spot. I'm actually noticing one right here that looks kind of cool. So we have this lookout tower number 1, and then we have this one lookout tower number 2. Lookout tower number 2 seems like it's a little taller, and I think that would go better down here, whereas number 1 looks like it could go up here. So I'm just gonna place it for now, and then we're gonna come into our contours and realize that this is an awful spot to place it. So we're gonna move it to about here. I'm gonna control H it, or it's not control H it, but put it up to terrain height. There we go, just like that. Perfect. We might end up just rotating this around a bit, and I think that's what we'll do. We'll bring it around on this side so it kind of comes around, and then we'll have a path kind of come down over here. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging to get up, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to have it come this way, because this is a little bit more steep over here. So how we're going to do that is we're going to come into our slope terrain tool, right like this. We're gonna bring it up, a brush size up a bit. This seems like it might be a little bit too big. So we're gonna right click up here, and then we're gonna come right over here and just kind of cool. So now if we look in our contours, it kind of comes up and around. I don't love it, to be honest with you. Let's actually take it out and let's try it one more time. Cool. So I think that's going to look a little bit nicer. Now we can come in here and maybe we even just level off like a little pad up here just so that it's a little bit more, it'll obviously be like, you know, man-made or whatever, but I think that'll be fine, to be honest. Just a little bit. I'm going to turn our brush size down and just come out a bit. Perfect. Cool. So if we look at that, now we have this nice little path that comes down. We're going to turn on our terrains. We're going to leave these on. And now we're just going to move this guy over here. Perfect. And now we have like an actual lookout over here, which is kind of fun. And now let's go into our paths and link this all up. Perfect. Awesome. So now you kind of come down here. I do want to come in here with our node controller and just see if we can make this a wee bit nicer. Take that out. Perfect. So now we got something going on over here. And I don't even want to look at this. I don't want you to see it. Let's look at this. That's pretty intense. So now we have a nice path that kind of comes up here, and it's going to be a little steep, obviously. In the real world, there would be stairs, but there are no stairs in the game, which it's just kind of the way it is. And now we're gonna kind of level this out a bit, just not too much. It does make sense that there are like cliffs on the side of here, but I think that that's kind of nice. And then we have this nice lookout tower up here, and you can kind of see over the lake as well. And honestly, maybe what we do is we actually make it so that you can see over the lake. I think that would probably happen. And then we'll just feather this out. Just like that. Perfect. So now if you were here, you could see down into the lake as well. And you just take out a little bit, not too much, not abnormal or unrealistic, but that probably, I mean, in these areas, right, it's a tourist trap. That's what it is. That's all it is. Okay. Let's be honest with each other. Let's be honest with each other for a second. Okay. You come here for the tourism. As long as you leave the integrity of the area, you're fine. Also, it's a game. Okay, so the next items that we have, 82. Seeing a little bit of something right here. So what we're gonna do with this, we're gonna add a local, residential, save and apply. So I'm noticing people are coming to this building because it's a tourist household or touristy. So that should clear up over there. That's okay. We'll watch it. It's on our mind. We'll go back down to 1. Okay, so we have this little area over here. I quite like that. I like that a lot. And now let's see what else we got. So we have this tent camping site. Okay, so it's a little bit larger. Cool. We do have one here. That's actually this one. So we have a lean-to shelter. I think we're gonna put some of these. Yeah, so these actually are campsites as well. Apparently they house 60 people, which is insane. These tents house 30. Absolutely. So we're gonna add a couple of these around. We may add some on this trail as well, just because it exists. Might as well. This lake is like our main area though, so I would like to keep it roughly around here. So I'm thinking we might extend this path a little bit, to be honest with you. Just there, nothing too crazy. And then we can add some of these shelters around here. And we have this lookout tower as well. And honestly, I'm thinking this might be a really good spot for this lookout tower as well. You will be able to see this road, which is kind of unfortunate. However, it's kind of at the edge over here. Might not be a desirable place to camp right beside the lookout zone, actually, now that I think about it. So why don't we do this? Why don't we look over here? We have a tent campsite right there. So let's actually, right here. Perfect. Just like that. We'll put a lookout tower right here so that you can kind of see the lake over there. Perfect. Nothing too crazy, obviously, but you know, something, a little something. And then we have this tent campsite. So this is similar to this one, but a little bit bigger. And I think what we're going to do with this one is we'll probably place it over here. So let's see, how is everything look? I think we put it right there. Doesn't look awful. Does not look awful. We'll flatten it out a bit, or not flatten it, but what is this called, dude? Soften it. Bring this out a bit, come into our soften terrain tool. We can even bring it in a bit just to take that out. I don't know why it's bothering me so much. And actually, really quickly, we need to go into Bob. And we need to go to the trees that are over here, and we need to change these to pine. Because those were ugly, 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 ugly trees. But I think that's looking pretty nice, to be honest with you. A little bit of lumpies and bumpies over here, but that's not awful. Okay, we're at 77%. Let's look at our downtown. So we have an area over here that is, this area from before is causing problems. So I'm gonna just take a quick look at this, and then we'll be back in a second. Okay, so it seems like we kind of leveled things out. Long story short, I think there was a building that was acting kind of funny. People were like coming up to it and not being able to leave. I think when you get, I think that area is honestly just a little bit too dense. It's a little bit too dense. That's my bad, not knowing the limits of the game. But you know, or just not knowing how to make things perfect. But again, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna keep a heavy eye on our traffic flow and fix it kind of whenever it happens. But I won't bore you with that because I know that that has been a reoccurring theme. And yeah, let's get back to this area over here. So if you look at our national park over here, we are good to go for level 4. We just need the visitors, and that's gonna be like 5,000 people, which is insane. And we're just gonna let that slowly kind of happen. And I'm not too worried about rushing that at all. I really don't want to do that. The one thing that I do want to do though, is I want to see if these have any visitors. We're gonna come into routes and just see no visitors there. That's tough, dude. Let's see over here. No visitors there. True, true, true. Are there any visitors up here? Has there been any? That's okay. That is totally fine. It's probably not going to see a ton of visitors, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna build this little town over here. And it's not gonna be a crazy town. We'll have like, I think this will probably be like a main strip of the town. And then the rest is gonna be a lot of low density residential. We're not gonna go overboard with high density anymore, probably ever, to be honest with you. I'm kind of done with that. So instead, we're just going to place down a lot of low density. I'm going to use these 2-lane road with grass because I really do like these roads. This road will keep, this is going to be like our main strip of commercial. We're going to keep this in the, with parking on the side, but the rest we are going to go into these guys right here. So I do want to see this. How big is this? Like if we come out here, that's not a 90 though, oddly enough. Oh, a 90 from the other side. That even makes sense. That's a 90. So let's do this. And I would like to make these as perfect as possible. So I just want to see, okay, so this is 13 units. I would like the grid to be able to kind of morph into itself on each side. So I think what we're going to do is, let's do like a 13 by what, 26? Is that dumb? That looks pretty big, to be honest with you. So be it, is kind of what I'm thinking. What we will do though is I think we're gonna actually start it over here, and then we're gonna hope that everything just kind of fits itself. Maybe it doesn't, and maybe this was pointless, to be honest with you. Oh, these trees showed up. Interesting. When I put a road right beside it. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So that's obviously supposed to be there. I'm gonna continue this really quickly, and we'll be right back. And honestly, what we might do actually is we might have the grid start here. So let's actually do that instead. That's actually perfect over there, which actually works out really, really well, because this should line up on the other side as well. 17 units though? Okay, okay. What we are going to do is I'm going to send this down just a bit more. Same with this one. I don't know what we'll do quite yet with these two roads, but I would like them down a little bit more. Come out 13, 26. 6, just an easy little grid over here. And maybe we'll have a, yeah, maybe we won't actually. Let's continue this for now. This kind of comes up here, so I think actually we'll just take this node really quickly. We're gonna bring it down to there. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. And so let's add a little bit of commercial over here, shall we? Let's look at our water. Our water's looking good. Our electricity. So this is something that's, we don't have any electricity over here, but that's fine. That is easy enough to get. What I think we'll end up doing is we're gonna send a power line kind of around this road to over here. So we'll turn off of our guidelines and we'll just send this out. Perfect, perfect. And let's come in here and we'll zone these areas first. And we'll probably have some walking paths as well. Damn, that's tough. We won't take out that business. It's fine. It can survive. It can live for now. Cool, cool, cool. And we do need to add some of this. Cool, cool, cool. And we'll leave it for now and see if this commercial kind of like dries it up a little bit. But let's add these paths in really quickly. I'm realizing we forgot to put our water pipes under the road. This might be the ugliest water pipe I've ever put under a road as well. Fun. Cool, cool, cool. Really quickly, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna make a few crossings. Cool, cool. And then what I do want to do as well is I want to actually upgrade this tiny, tiny, tiny little segment into a highway just for right here. Because I just think that would make a little bit more sense, to be honest with you. Our traffic flow is still looking decent over here. Cool, cool, cool. And now we have a little town. So let's actually create a district over it. Cool, and Aspen Square, that's actually funny because we're by the mountains. And for what we're gonna name it, we're actually gonna name this as a little homage to the area that this map is based on. We're gonna call this the town of Revelstoke. I think that's kind of fun, to be honest with you. Go Revelstoke. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna upgrade this super, super fast. We have zero demand for industry and very little demand for pretty much anything else as well. I do wanna do some farms over here. Like we're gonna have, like we can actually paint those districts right now. So let's actually do that. Paint industry area. We're gonna come over here. Perfect. And we're actually gonna bring this around over here as well. We're gonna say that the farmer, the company or whatever that owns, that's starting a farm over here, saw all of this fertile land and they bought it all. Maybe we'll have a different farm over on this side. I don't think so though. In the real world, that'd be fun. But for the game, I think it's more fun if it's all one giant farm, because then we can get to a higher level faster. Perfect. Cool. So we can have like a main building over here, and then we can have different things over here. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we don't need to put that in just quite yet. If you have a name for this farm, actually, let me know, and we'll do something there. Yeah, we won't put anything in yet because we don't have any demand, but that is on the way. We're still at 81. Let's look and see how we're doing over here. We're actually okay. It seems like a lot of our traffic is streetcar based. These cars are stopped for some reason. I'm pretty sure, oh, we do have something here. So let's actually take this out. Cool, cool, cool. Look where else we have traffic. This is where the trams are. So those are tram stops. Makes sense. Lots of buses right here. Everything else is looking pretty decent, to be honest with you. And then there's some traffic over here, but that makes sense. Our downtown is still looking a lot better. Cool, 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 cool. So I was hoping that we could actually do the farm today, but I don't think we need to, which, you know, it is what it is. So I think what we're going to do instead is really quickly, I'm just going to extend this grid to kind of cover up this whole little area over here. And then that way it's kind of done. So let's do that right now. Still flat over there. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so I know these are a little bit close to the roundabout, but the real thing that I want to do was just prioritize the roundabout as the throughput. That way the traffic doesn't really build up on it, right? So on these areas right over here, traffic can come right through and then right through this road as well. The one thing that we're going to do though is upgrade this piece right here, and we'll also bring the highway right over here. And I think what we'll do, we don't really need one, so we'll leave it for now. If it gets any, like if it gets dangerous or whatever, then we can think about adding a stop sign here. But for now, I don't think we need to. But the reason why I wanted to do this really is because I would like, one, we need to add a little bit more commercial over here. So we'll put that there. We'll see our water pipes right under the road, exactly where they belong. Fantastic. Love to see it. Let's take this out. We don't need that anymore. And then let's see where this is going. Perfect. Come into here and we'll try to jump power a little bit. That should be able to jump through there. But I just wanted to add a little bit more commercial. So all of these strips will be commercial then, which I think will be kind of nice, to be honest with you. We have a crazy high demand for commercial over here. So I don't know if that's in this one area alone or kind of like the rest of the build as well. Definitely possible that it's supposed to be in the rest of the build, but we could honestly turn one of these buildings into a commercial building. I don't know if that would be smart or not. Let's actually just put a little bit of commercial over here. I ended up taking out some commercial in this area, so let's put it back. We'll see if that hopefully doesn't ruin the game again. I have a habit of doing that. So now this area is kind of chilling. I like it. I think it's kind of cool. Traffic flow is looking good. How's our power? Power is jumping, which means we can actually take these out. Awesome. I'm thinking we're probably gonna do this just like that, and now we have this power line that is going somewhere. It does exist, I promise you. But what we can do, are these all buildings, eh? Yeah, I was hoping that we could get a path in here. I think we're just gonna add one anyway. Are these all? That's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 3. So I think what we're gonna do, take all of these out, add a path down here. And then those will respawn and we'll be chilling. We're gonna do that though. Perfect, awesome. And then these obviously need, that makes sense though. These need power, but it'll jump in a second. Not too worried about that. And then we'll come in here, we'll do this as well. Cool, so power is jumping, traffic is trafficking. That's good, that's really good, dude. And then how is our national park? We have a long way to go. Not in a rush at all, to be honest with you. But I do think that this little town over here is going to help the national park out. That just makes sense. Cool, cool. Looking really, really nice over here. Can we take this out? Like, is all of this going to cry now? Yes, it will. Pause the game. That sucks. All right, well, we'll put it back in. It doesn't look awful when it looks pretty awful, to be honest with you, when it looks like this, but so be it, dude. So be it. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add paths over here. Just fill them in a bit. That way we don't have to worry about it later. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we want paths, right? And then we'll do our node controller stuff over here as well. Perfect. And then we may just have like a road that kind of comes around here too. Maybe this actually as well turns in. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So let's actually add that right now because I know myself and I know I will forget. I think an easy way to do that is we're going to come over to line mode and we're going to do this. Actually, never mind. We're actually going to take this out and then do it. Come out 9, perfect, and then square it. Cool, cool, cool. And actually, I think what we're actually gonna do is this instead. And that actually worked out pretty well. And then honestly, we could actually paint a little park over here as well and do like a little city park for our small little residents over here. This is a district. Take that out. And then let's actually extend town of Revelstoke out over here as well. Perfect. So now we do have a higher residential demand, which is awesome. So let's try to fill that gap in. And traffic flow is sitting at 84%. Really, really nice. And yeah, I'm I'm digging this area. I don't know what we'll do. We might have a road kind of come across, and I think that's what we're actually gonna do. I think that would look really nice. We'll turn on our guidelines. Let's see our contours. Our contours are fine. I think we're gonna do that. I just think it would make sense, especially as we're gonna have industries over here as well. We're gonna have one like right here. We'll have one over here. I don't think we'll cross the river. Maybe we will. See, this crossing makes sense. We'll see. Let's put in this road first, and then we'll see if what we decide. So we'll bring this out. Space occupied. That's fine. We'll bring it out to about here, and we can honestly probably have a straight road all the way here. Now that I'm looking at it, I think that makes sense. At 150 degrees, let's look at our industries. Yeah, that's actually fair. That looks pretty decent. Cool, cool, cool. And we have this little interchange over here. This ugly, ugly, ugly interchange. Awesome. I do want to fix this just a bit though. That just looks a lot nicer. Cool, cool, cool. I'm loving the way that this town looks. Town of Revelstoke. Geese. And we need water. Of course we need water. What do you mean I forgot to put the water in? I wouldn't do that. And let's just put the water in everywhere. Cool, cool, cool. I'm loving it over here. I like this little town. I think it looks really nice. Maybe we extend a little bit more over here as well. Let's actually do that really quickly because I would like to just finish this off. I know that I have a habit of like starting towns and then leaving them. So let's see. This road can definitely come out another block. And I think that's where we'll probably leave it. We can come down here at a 45. Let's actually do something a little different. Come down here at like a 40. I think that looks pretty decent, honestly. I don't love this right here, so I think we'll actually, let's do this instead. I think that looks pretty decent. We're a wee bit too close over here, eh? Let's see if we can fix it. We can. It's a tight angle, but that's fine because in this area, there's not going to be a lot of traffic anyway. So I'm honestly not too worried about that. What we will do though is I want to change our water pipes because they're going to be a little bit messed up now. So we'll bring this up over here, turn off our guidelines. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I think that's probably where we're gonna call this area. It could go like technically a little bit farther, but I'm not too worried about that. Instead, oh my God, we're seeing dead people over here. Of course we're seeing dead people. We need to work on our infrastructure over here. So we need to add a crematorium. And I'm gonna put this crematorium very, very close to the collector, if you will, of these areas. So we're gonna put that there. We're gonna put a medical clinic over here as well. We'll probably put that right here. It's going to be off. Actually, now that I think about it, we're going to put it right on the collector because that actually makes a lot more sense. Perfect. We also need a school over here. We did an elementary school. So let's see where we can put that. There's more people on this side, so I think we're going to put it there. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I think we're going to put it like right here. We'll put the high school on the other side. Cool. Yeah. We'll put the high school on the other side. And then what we're going to do is just add a little bit of parking on each of these. So we'll put one parking lot here. We'll put one here. And then by the elementary school, we'll put a parking lot right over here. Let's see. Ooh, the zoning's a little messed up. It's honestly fine. We don't have to worry about the zoning in these tiny, tiny little areas. And then let's put just a tiny little park over here as well. I do love the basketball courts. Those are quite fun. And then I do love the playground. I think those are all super, super fun. I dig it a lot. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then let's come into our Rockies. We'll just put a little bit of trees around here. Cool, cool, cool. And honestly, what I might do is just kind of litter them everywhere because we do have a lot of open space over here. So this is gonna look super funny for now. These ones I can take out. These are gonna look super funny for now, but once we have everyone move into these areas, you're gonna have trees. Oh, I took these out. No. Cool. just added those. You didn't even know. You wouldn't even know if I didn't tell you. Cool, cool, cool. I like these areas. This needs to be on. So we also need a fire department. So I think we put our fire department close as well. Let's put our fire department here, and then let's put the police. We have schools over here. Let's put our police right across from the fire department. We'll put a little parking lot beside each, because that's quite nice. Cool, cool, cool. And they act as parks, which is really funny. Imagine kids going to play in a parking lot. That was like my upbringing, I feel like. We'll do that. We can do that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And honestly, I might do this instead. I think this makes a little bit more sense. We can take that out just like that. Perfect. Cool. Oh, this actually needs to be... But this, sorry, I'm just doing all this in my head and I apologize. I'm just using my thinking brain over here. And I do like the trees here. Apparently, if you put trees in a roundabout, people move slower through the roundabout. Honestly, it makes sense to me. I'm not gonna question that. Just keep on checking traffic flow. You know how it is. Yeah, so I'm liking the way that things are looking. I think we're going to zone the rest of this. And that way we don't have to worry about it. Ooh, imagine doing full density over here. We'll take these out. We'll take that out. No houses over here. I don't like that. We'll put houses over here. That makes sense to me. And we'll put houses right over there. Cool, cool, cool. No houses in here. We will do houses over here. Oh, and we actually need to do some paths. Cool, cool, cool. And we'll leave this area just for now, but we will zone all this up too. And then we'll place houses over here. I don't want to do the 1 squares. That's, I think, trashy. Yeah, I do think it's a wee bit trash. And now let's look, make sure our commercial's in all the right spot. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Looking really nice over here. I really like it. We have our little town. It's looking really cool. Bunch of trees. Love to see it. We'll come into our Rockies, put our size down, and we'll just litter a bit. These are actually all pine trees, eh? It doesn't matter. Maybe what we do is we take one of these trees just so it looks a little bit more normal. We'll turn our brush strength down to like, and we'll just do this. And this is literally just so it doesn't seem weird that we have some in our city. Now, that looks really nice. I like the way that this is looking. We have our town ready for the forestry industry that will eventually live here. I'm thinking we may end up upgrading this highway to kind of come around, to be honest with you. We have this ginormous roundabout area, which I do like. I do think it's really nice over here. Maybe we don't even need to get the farm to level 5, actually, now that I think about it. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Really quickly, let's look at our services. Our traffic flow is still at 84%. Fantastic. Electricity, water, great. Garbage over here. Ooh, we need to put garbage over here. I think this will be our last one. So we have this waste transfer facility. Now, I think I'm going to put it a little bit farther away, to be honest with you. So we have, let's look, because it pollutes, right? So let's look. Okay, so our natural resources. I just want to be away from the fertile land. We're gonna come in here, grab our dirt roads, and because there's nothing going on right here, there's no oil, there's no trees, there's no farming land over here. What we're going to do is just send a road back over here. Oh, space already occupied. That's fine. Yeah, and then we're gonna put our waste transfer facility right off of this road. And honestly, actually, what we might do, is this dumb? It might be. Do I care? I don't think so. We might put it just like right here. That way it's away. It's away from everything. Let's grab our water pipes, put them under the road where apparently they belong. And then we can just extend this right there. So now we have garbage over here. Garbage trucks are going out. Really, really cool. It seems like there's too much commercial. So that's good to know. So we can actually maybe we just take out some commercial. We'll take out this road of commercial. We'll change it to houses. And then we'll also take out this and see if that kind of helps fix the problem over here. Hopefully that should help. Let's actually just come in here and destroy all of these now. Look back at our zoning. Okay, cool. So these should zone back in as regular roads, or sorry, single family homes. Cool, cool, cool. which will help the demand over here as well. So I think, yeah, so we obviously zoned a little bit too much commercial, but I think that'll be fine. Honestly, it'll work itself out and it'll be good to go. Let's keep going down our list. So we have education over here. We have a elementary school. We have a high school. We could use a public library. This looks like the type of place that would have a public library, to be honest with you. So let's actually place one. Let's place it where nothing exists yet. This is building. Sucks, dude. Let's put a public library over there instead. Our health is fine. We have a medical clinic over here. Traffic's 80%. We're seeing traffic build up over here, which is wild to me. How's our downtown looking? This is the only area that really matters to me for traffic, to be honest with you. This will figure itself out. Maybe we put a little roundabout there eventually. Our pollution's fine. Our noise is, we're very noisy over here, but that makes sense, to be honest with you. Fire safety's good. Crime is good. We don't have any transport over here. That's fair. Our population went down. Actually, we were at 144. Now we're at 123. Maybe we just had a bunch of people die. That's fine. Land value. The land value is going up. I think that's everything over here, to be honest with you. We could fish. We could fish over here. That'd be super fun, actually. It can go all the way around. We could have like 2 different fish markets. Look at all this poo. I wonder if this will grow and affect our city. I really hope not, because that would suck. So this is now cleaned up. Cool. Good to go. We're seeing a bunch of traffic over here. So I think what we're going to do, come into our junctions, click some of these areas, and let these be pass-throughs. Cool. We'll do the same thing right here. I think because these nodes are so close to each other, it causes a little bit of traffic issues. Hopefully that should help. Looks like it cleared up a little bit down here. Let's look, 82%. It's this area, which is so funny because now we have actual activity over here, which is super exciting. Our downtown looking nice, man. Looking really, really nice. Look at our city. Our city is looking beautiful, to be honest with you. It's ginormous. Cool. Let's look. Last thing we're gonna check is our national park. We are super far away from level 4. That's totally fine because we are chilling. We have high entertainment. We have people that are probably gonna go there now. We have 6 visitors last week. Wow, look at that. Did anyone come up here yet? Yeah, I am liking it. We have a bit of, this makes sense. We'll take these out. These are gonna probably leave as well, but that's fine. Cool. We can kind of let this city grow normally now, you know? We'll let these upgrade to level 5 or whatever they'll end up being, and that's probably gonna be good. Yeah, guys, if you like the video, like the video. If you love the video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing, man? Subscribe down below. Let me know in the comments what you think about the town of Revelstoke. Feel free to join the channel. It is not a requirement at all, obviously, but if you want to support, that would mean the world to me. But guys, that is going to be everything. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.